Remember, the 5th of November. It's bonfire night. And the only thing that's going to be burning is my boner in my pants as we get to watch another race here at Lights Out League Racing. And you join us for, we're about halfway through season 29 and race 7 again at Silverstone like we did in Div 1. And it's heating up like the back end of a firework in Div 2. I did get it checked out. It's on fire. Yeah, Theo all happy with his performance in the previous race. Got himself a finish. The thing that's burning is the tip, because that's where it gets lit. And what else is lit is this grid. 20 drivers, absolutely chuffed. Crofty has the clap. I'll be clapping at the end after seeing another fantastic race, which I cannot wait to see. Normally on bonfire night you get Guy Fawkes burning. He's tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. The thing that's burning is the rubber on track, and the only thing that's going to be blowing up is the Div 2 Championship, as it's so tight. It's tighter than spandex on a fat woman's minge. And unlike the Div 2 race before, where we had dripping wet qualifying, we've got sunshine. Glorious sunshine, which you don't normally get ourselves in. Normally it rains, so maybe we've got some rain coming in the race. No one's given me a little tip at all as yet. My burning tip, we'll get to watch Mr. Benedict as he does the first hot lap of qualifying. Round turn 1 of Abbey, cut the apex as much as possible, flat out, sharp braking at turn 3 of Village, hug the inside, go wide and then back out wide again for loop, the slowest part of the corner, foot to the floor, flat out round Aintree, named after the race course of course. DRS is open down the Wellington Straight, trail brake round Brooklands, just tip of the apex, and slow rotation round Luffield, the old finish of the track of course, flat out round Woodcote, round the across the National Pit Straight, flat out round Cops, where it's very easy to run wide. Nicely done there from Benedict. Through the left and right handers of Maggs and Beckett's. There's a car that hopefully isn't going to be too distraction. Needs to get out of the way. It's the McLaren which does. Again, flat out end of sector 2, down the Hanger Straight. DRS is open. We're going to see quite a few overtakes like we did in Div 1. Attacking Stowe. Don't want to go too wide. Good placement of Benedict's car again. Round turn 16 of Vale, and then the final couple slow corners of Club. Open up the throttle down the Hamilton Straight. First flying lap is a 26.3. Good starter there from Benedict. I'm expecting Catamise goes P2 with a 26.8, so half a second behind. I'm expecting low 26s, high 25s as the pole lap, as Wesker goes 26.7, just ahead of Catamise. Catamise, of course, get himself P3 in the Div 1 race in the wet. Rels 27.5 for the first flying lap. So just missed Project Ty, going to P5, missed last week. 28.8 flat for their first lap. As Harry Hale's retired, he's got a quali ban. Just gone out and sorted out his setup. John and Magel both doing their first laps, going P6 and P7. John feeling confident this week, as we see Charlie back with us up to P5, 27.6 for his first flying lap. As Chesbo, as you've just seen in Div 1, some brilliant practice laps for him. P9 for now, so not the best first flying lap for him. Championship challenger for the challenger, multilingual, tongue-tied. I'm going to be soaking wet. I'll be like a spastic trying to say fizzling sausages. Chespo fighting for that Challenger Championship with Josh. Currently running P10. Danny Dine, first outing this season. Good to have him back with us. Been missing for a few seasons. Filling in for it was Krills. Just 300s behind Chespo. As you see Terry Reds go P3 and Lennon on his first lap P5 ahead of his teammate. So we've got a Mercedes. This is Benji. No, Benji, it's Josh. Starting at his first flying lap. So same as Benja. Let's jump on with Benji then, as he's just come round Stowe. Won his first race of the season last week at Monza Sprint. I have faith in you, Harry. You're going to smash through everybody. Not literally. But it's always sometimes best to start at the back if there's some early dramas. It's easy to avoid them. Benji going P6, splitting the Aston Martins. Sygate's got P9. Good first lap for Sygate. Got himself pole last week for the Challenger division. And let's see if he can do that again. In a good position at the moment. Let's keep an eye on Benja. Expecting big things from Benja for this week. Got himself some extra practice. Down the hanger straight. DRS will be open. Managed to keep it within the white lines too, which is the most important thing, of course. Onto the Hamilton straight. P6 for Benja. 27 flat, just half a tenth behind Lennon. Good first lap from him. So let's jump on Josh then, the Challenger Championship leader, on his first flying lap. Benja got his first podium last week at Monza, getting P3. And we're trying to follow that as well, but he's got big competition round him. That front seven are relentless. At the moment, Benedict has got the advantage through Mags and Beckett's. Smooth transition through those set of corners. DRS is open. I come out of Chapel. 10-3 after the second sector. Geezer's on his first flying lap as well. And straight in the pits for Josh. Wasn't happy with that lap, so he's going out for some fresh rubber. You can't reuse rubber. It won't work and you'll get her pregnant. Man City 3-0 if anyone's bothered. Plastic fans. Nobody respects them. Down the National Pit Straight. Used to be the old pit lane. Not anymore. One big aim for Keyser is don't get no track limit penalties. Try and keep the car on the track around Cops. There was a slight downfall in the Div 1 race. Fastest middle sector for the McLaren. Well, we see Keyser get himself near the pointy end of the order. Comes out of club, round the final corner. P8 for Keyser, 27-3, 10th off Benji. Which in normal circumstances, that would be half decent, but I think he'll be a little bit not too chuffed with that. Kessler's on his out lap. And Chespo then. Definitely be looking to do better than he's currently on at the moment. The last few weeks he's been absolutely flying. Flies himself up to the front row. 26.4, just a tenth, not even a tenth, 12 hundredths behind Benedict. Now that was a lap for the ages. As Project Ty crosses the line, what can Wesker do? Wesker's gained 2 tenths, but it's not enough to get himself above his teammate. Woo! Who've we got next? I can't see anyone else crossing the line. It's going to be a Red Bull. It's going to be a Red Bull. Charlie's on an out lap. We've got a Mercedes. Benji on his out lap. Keezer's on his in lap. Harry's cheering on Keezer. He's cheering him into the pits at the moment. Josh is on his out lap. We've got an Aston Martin. It's Lennon on his out lap, so a lot of drivers coming out for their second run. So next up to cross the line with the time is Kessler. He's a tenth down after sector 2. And straight in the pits. And mowed the lawn halfway through. Sygate. Currently P12. And he finds some extra tenths. It's very tight, that midfield. A couple of tenths will get you a few positions. And a few positions it does. P7. 27 flat for Sygate. And I think he'll be absolutely thrilled with that one. Next up we've got Guna. Wasn't happy with his lap, so he's straight in the pit. Who's on this lap? Is this Benedict? It is Benedict. Can he improve on his current pole? He does not. Only by a smidge, though. Charlie Goats. He's goats himself on the lawn. So he's fucked his lap up. What can Benji do? He's got numerous poles this season, but currently P7. Struggling this week, Benji. What can his teammate do? The leader of the Challenger Championship. Currently no time. Gets himself a time. P10. A tenth behind Sygate. As we watch Lennon get up to P4. Ahead of Terry's alter ego. Terry's in a dress is watching. Cheering on for Terry's. That's everyone done for their second run, so we're going to have one more hit from everybody. Just over 4 minutes left to go for quali, so we'll probably see a little bit quiet for a couple of laps. A couple of minutes. There's one or two coming out early, like a Haas. I think there's normally Katami's coming on some clean air. It's not. I think Sygate coming in the pits. So Benedict, 12 hundredths between him and Chesbowl. That extra run out for Chesbowl's done him a world of good. So yeah, Katami's is coming out. Magel's coming out for his final lap early. Seeing the Williams come out too. So everyone coming out in a bit of clean air. Let's go on, I think, Magel. Why do you cry, Magel? Magel, of course, has had a quite steady season this season. He got 3 P3s in a row in the Challenger. Through Vegas, Spain and Netherlands reverse. And just missed out last week. Can he get himself back in the order? He's got to gain a few places. Let's see how he gets on his final flying lap. Has to nail this one. Flat out through Abbey in turn 2. You've got to turn in nice and tight on turn 3. Good traction coming out of loop. Don't cut too much of the red curb going on to the Wellington straight. Get good trail brake and good rotation through Brooklands. Good line here from Magel. Slight bit of oversteer coming out of Luffield, but not too much. Wouldn't have hampered his time that much, maybe half a tenth. Flat out through Cops, keep it on the track. He goes off, and that's Magel done. Unless he can preserve his tyres to do another run. So let's jump on with the Cats. The surprises. 300's up currently. Would get him just a bit ahead of Terry's, I think. Down the national pit straight for the Haasboy. And you can see everyone apart from Danny Dine now on the track. And Harry, of course, who's retired. End of sector 2. Almost 2 tenths up for Katames. That will get him up to P4 ahead of Lennon. If he can find a bit more extra time, he could get himself up to P3 alongside Wesker on row 2. Don't think he's got quite enough in the bank to get himself on the front row. I'll be shocked if he has. Goes P3, as I suggested, 26.4. Not far off Chessbowl though, but good final lap there from Katames. You do have all your tyres, yeah. They'll come more in play if there's a safety car though. Let's just see who's ahead. I think Terry's is the next one, so let's keep an eye. Yeah, softs aren't great to use though, Harry, like Callum says. You can see in Div 1 race they lasted like 5 laps and they were done. They're not worth using unless you're going for a fastest lap right at the end. As Terry's crosses the line for his final run, and we'll start P6 Terry's. Has Magel gone for another lap? He's had to go. He's pushed, and we'll start P18. As next was round, Benedict extended his time, 26 flat from Benedict. Saved the best for last. Sygate's down 7 seconds. So he's not going to improve. And we'll start P8 highest, so straight in the pits for him. Next up, Wesker. 10th up. Had a poor race last week. Needs to make amends this week for his championship challenge. Goes on to front row P2. Benja next. We'll start P7 highest. Kessler crosses the line. It looked like he was going to invalidate right at the end. We'll start P17. Keyser P10. Rels 12. Absolutely, yeah, storming from Benedict. Invalidation from Lennon. He'll be absolutely disappointed with that. What's up with Charlie Goat next? He's gone deep. That wouldn't have helped him at all. Don't hit the wall. There's still people setting times, you plonker. I think that's done. I think Katames he's not going to improve. He's in the pits. So Benedict takes pole. And following his apologies. Sorry, I've got someone ringing me. Bugger off! Don't you know I'm busy? Benji got his win back in Bahrain. He'll be looking to get himself another top step this week, and he can do that by ramming all his pace from pole into the race. So the RB driver takes P1. Wesker joins him on the front row. Sauber Boy's doing fantastic. Chessbowl in the Challengers, P3. Wow. Katsumi's P4. Lennon 5. Terry's P6. Benja P7 alongside Benji. No, the Ben's together. Cygate P9. And he's around for the top 10. Josh, Rouse, Charlie, Project Ty, and Guna in the top 15. Then it's John 16, 17 for Kessa, Magel 18th, 19th for Danny Dine with the one run, and Harry Hale with the quali ban. Right, we should have just 1 or 2 minutes so everyone can have a toilet break, sort out their setups. It's looking dry to start with. A little bit of blue, a little bit of overcast. There is a bit of sunshine. Sunshine. Will we get any rain in the race to add a little spice? Cygate thanking Casamies for the slipstream. Helped with his qualifying. I love a bit of team play. Kizagiza's not happy with his quali. Tends to pull it back a bit in the race, though. Those in the chat, who do you reckon's going to be on the podium? Will there be a surprise package in the top 3? Bit of neck lube. I think if he can get a good start off the line, I think Benedict's going to take the win. I think Wesker's going to bounce back and take P2. And Terry's biggest fan in chat, I think, will get the 3rd place. He hasn't had a podium. He's had a really up and down mid-season, Terry's. And I think he's due another podium. He got his last one was back in Spain, so he's had 3 races without one. DNF'd, of course, in Netherlands Reserve, which wouldn't have helped his championship challenge at all. Put a slight dent in, but it's so tight at the top. Katamise leads the way in the Division 2 Championship. Yes, I repeat, Katamise leads the way in the Division 2 Championship. And he's got a 35-point lead on Lennon. But between Lennon and Kiza down in 5th place, there's 8 points. In the Pro Championship, Katz, of course, leads the way on that one with Wesker in P2. Lennon in P3. Kiza P4 and Terry's P5. But again, there's only 7 points between P2 and P5. As I mentioned, Josh is the challenger leader. But Chespo is closing in, and with performances like that in quali, it's going to be a battle for the ages. Magel P3, Kessler P4 and John P5. Again, 13 points between those 3. All having their own into battle. And all it takes is a missing week or a DNF for the front 2, and they're back in play. As we're getting underway now. The fireworks have stopped, thank fuck. The dog's shaking like, well, he's shaking like a shitting dog, because he's a fucking dog. But he wasn't happy, he didn't like it. But Benedict leads us round, and everyone's starting on the medium, so everyone's learned from that Div 1 race that the mediums are tired to start on. Talk about homework. So everyone is as you were. Rels and Charlie having a slight formation lap collision. The absolute plunkers. Silverstone, of course, used to be an old airfield, RAF Silverstone, where in 1943 pilots used to do some training for night bombing in the end of World War II. It's a surplus to requirements. So used for motorsport, and some local enthusiasts used to race around the runways. And that early motorsport action, somebody ended up hitting a sheep. Red mist everywhere, and led to the nickname the Mutton GP. of this GP. It's a 5.8 kilometre clockwise circuit. 18 corners, 10 to the right and 8 to the left. With 2 DRS zones. One down the Wellington Straight, one down the hangar, which Benedict's leading us down now. 88% chance of a safety car, 13% chance of a VSC. And one stop is possible, but it's really tight on the tyre wear. You have to look after them, especially that front left as you're going through the likes of Copse and Mags and Beckett's and Stowe. It'll cost you 20 seconds basically if you pit more than once. Didn't get a safety car or a VSC in the Div 1 race. Will we get one? That'll mix up the order in Div 2 as Benedict's in his box. The Sauber's slotting in there as Katami's 4th, Lennon 5, Terry 6th, Benji 7th, Benji 8th, so no, the keys are 10th, Josh 11th, Rels and Charlie 12th and 13th, Projectile 14th, Alpine side by side 15th for Guna, John 16th, Kessler 17th, Magel, Danny Dine and Harry Hale coming. What are you doing, Harry? You little bitch. Are you asleep? As we wait for Harry, everyone's tyres are losing temperature. It's a 239 metre run down from pole to the turn in of Abbey. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's fucking go. It's Britain GP and it's light out and away we go. It's a good launch off the line from Wesker, who's got himself into the lead of the race ahead of Benedict. Benedict sitting on that line for too long has cost him, as Sayet's gained a couple of positions up to P7. Lennon and Chespo's lost a couple of positions down to P5 now for the Challenger driver. Locking wheels with Lennon has caught him off line, lost plenty of places down to P8 now. Katami's up to P3, jostling for positions everywhere. Oh, look at that overtake there from Charlie. In the middle, did well to avoid plenty of drivers, but opportunist driving from the Red Bull. Callum cheering on Terry's, is running P5. As big gains from Charlie. Wesker takes the lead of the race. Benedict's actually lost a couple of positions ahead of Maggots and Beckett's. And it's a brilliant start from the Sauber, looking to fight back as we've lost Guna. Just like an Arsenal fan, he's bottled it. And he's P20. Go through Maggots and Beckett's with a sort of clip from another driver. Or loss of traction as Charlie loses out to Josh. Or not quite yet. Charlie did not get his finger bit in. What has happened to Josh? He was battling with Charlie and he's lost plenty of positions down to P19. The Challenger Championship leader is now under threat from Guna. And that's not what he wanted for the start of his race. DRS is now active as Wesker tries to break that slipstream with Katami's all over his tail. Don't tread on Katami's tail, otherwise he'll meow the fuck out of you. We've got a train here all the way down to Danny Dine in 16th. Now, as we saw in the Div 1 race, the undercut was valuable as Lennon goes wide at Copse. You don't want to be doing that too often, my friend. Cost him a couple of tenths, and he's got Terry's now looking to make the overtake with a better launch out of Chapel. The side by side going up to Stowe. Terry's has the slight inside. Will they afford each other plenty of room? They do. I think there's a little bit too respectful. As Sygett's got himself ahead of Chespo, or remained ahead of Chespo. May got up to P14 ahead of Kessler. And Josh has made the overtake on John in the Williams. And looking to charge his way through. John has got a damaged wing and has to make an early pit stop. An Italian hand gesture for John. Oh, my guy. Put your speed limiter on. Please. Please. Wesker still leads the race, but Katames is all over him. Like scabies on a cat. He has a look on the inside. And Wesker doesn't find that too hard. Tries a switch back on the outside of Luffield. Katames defends the exit of the corner. Has opened up the door for Benedict trying to make a move. But Benedict gets boxed in. And Wesker. Katames right in the middle of the track. Or Wesker goes over trying to make it Katames, but I didn't see Benedict there. As Chesco does manage to get past Sygate now ahead of Cops. Working to back up the order. Benedict slightly offline, which has opened the door for Lennon. The side-by-side through Maggs and Beckett. And that's brave from both. Lost of traction from Lennon, which opened the door again for Benedict to retake P3. Here comes Terry's on the outside of Stowe's 3 wide. Lennon's a sitting duck, gets boxed in here by Benedict. Derek Terry's has to just settle for now. But it's all happening. There's still plenty of cars in the train. As we start lap 4, Katames is in the lead of the race. Has made the move on Wesker. Down to Brooklands. Wesker's pushing him down to Village. He's not the only guy in the Village. Picardi and Cork Mafanwi. And we've got a yellow flag. It's Keyser at Village. Doesn't look like too much damage, but he's down to P15. Just have to settle himself. And speaking of settle himself, Terrells is settling himself up to P4 ahead of Lennon. Lennon's gone offline with Benji looking on the inside of Luffield. Oh, lock of wheels. Oh, that was fortunate. That was fortunate. Lennon's lost a few places going off track. As Benji, both of them going off track and loss of speed, loss of racing line. What's gone on to Benji again? He can't keep it on the track. Just to try to get on track with avoiding everybody. What's happened to Benji? What are you doing, Benji? And he's back on the tarmac. Get on the tarmac, Benji. I wonder if something's happened to his wheel. It's unlike the Mercedes driver. Just after Callum said some lovely driving. Well, I don't think it was any bad driving. There's just a lot of wheels, and then but thankfully they both stayed out of the wall. What it has done is just open the pack up a bit. Sygate's up to P6. Italian hand gesture for Benji, who's retired in the pits. Benji, another dent in his title challenge. Won't be getting back-to-back wins as Rels. Brilliant move at loop on Charlie. You don't see many overtakes at turn 4. But Rels in the Aston has done it up to P8. As has to set his sights on Benja. Chaspo and Sygate, the challenger drivers in this train for the race win. Josh on Danny Dine. As we come round Luffield, Josh has stayed ahead of the reserve driver. Harry Hale's got himself up to P17 from the back of the order. Just following the line of Danny Dine. I'm a pony, I don't know it. I do now. Terry's absolutely loves Silverstone. I'll be eyeing up a podium. Keyser on the inside of Stowe. Good overtake from the McLaren on Kessler. Working his way back through there. Oh, Kessler losing traction. Almost wiping Keyser out. And managed to rewrite his car. Good control from the Red Bull. Not initially, but could have been bad. Almost doing the Sonoda. Just being shit. Lennon. And P10 for Lennon after that locking of wheels. Slightly stuck behind the Red Bull. They're looking to try and do an overtake. Going down to Brooklands. Charlie's defending it well. Lennon has a quick look. There's Charlie's corner. As we see Keyser And past the Ferrari of Magel now. So the first one to get the track limits. Penalty. He's now just under 4 seconds to close the gap on Project Ty. And that train for P9. Just in and out of DRS range. Haas boys doing well. The Salbard boys doing well. All 4 of those drivers in the top 6 as it stands. Sargate's had a couple of tricky races, a couple of DNFs, and this race will do in the Weller good. As Kessler and Josh exchanging places. Josh weaving his way through like Geezer, up to P14 for the Mercedes. Kessler trying to retake the position, but got squeezed out on Vale. And 14th here, as Lennon does make the move here on Charlie. Charlie defends the inside of turn 3. Just left enough room for Lennon, but lost traction. Tries to switch back here. This could be a brilliant retake of position from Charlie. Lennon leaves him plenty of room. And what's happened to Chespo? Oh no, Chespo I think has lost traction coming out. How do you lose traction going through there? And he's down to P8, which promotes Saigate up to lead of the Challenger Championship. Up to P5. And just out of DRS of Terry's. If he can get back in, as we keep an eye on Benedict. Oh, I thought Benedict was going to try and retake that P2 from Wesker. Katamise doing well, setting the pace. Early doors. For the first 25% of this race. Slight loss of traction going into Chapel. This could be an opportunity for Wesker with DRS open. Has a look on the inside of Stowe. And there's nothing Katamise could do. Oh, and Wesker goes deep, loses traction. And gives Katamise back the lead of the race. And almost gave Benedict a door as well. As Danny Dine and Kessler going around Stowe. Again, leaving each other plenty of room. Danny Dine has made that move stick though. Up to P15 as Kessler's in the pit. Don't speed. Good lad. And Kessler's being one of the first ones to jump in the pits then. And we'll have the advantage of Wesker squeezed out, boxed in. He's side by side with Benedict. Oh, Wesker just slightly squeezed off by Benedict to side by side, going down the Wellington straight. And Benedict gets himself back up to P2. Oh, Constantinas. Good awareness by these drivers. Didn't expect Katamise's line through that corner. We'll put him under threat going through Cops. Bennett takes a quick look. Whereas Terry's goes wide, that would have helped his track limits. Oh, Rails has been disconnected. Let's see if I can get him back in. Where are you? There you go. Get back in. As the cars go through on rails, that's unfortunate. Hopefully they can get back in. Saigate's back in DRS range of this running pack as Charlie goes deep at Stowe. And in the pits for Charlie and Project Tide. Don't speed in the pit lane. Charlie does. Italian hand gesture. Yeah, plonker. Charlie bit my finger. He bit himself. Give himself a 10-second penalty. Is Rails back in the car? Not yet. Let's see if I can get him back in. Come on, Rails. Well, that's going to be the thing. Callum's asking who'll box first. Who's going to bite the bullet first? Who's going to take that lunge? I'd recommend Saigate does. He's just slightly dropping off now. He's got his championship challenger, although with a Ferrari in between. I would say Saigate go, and the likes of Terry's and Wesker, they might as well. They're behind. Ah, Sygate gets the track limits. Sygate, you're killing me, my mate. I want you to get this win for the Challenger Series. Let's see if anyone does on lap 9. Katamise normally goes as long as he can. Katamise goes through. The front 4 have gone through. Sygate's gone through, so everyone's still going through. Rails is back out left again. No one choosing to go in. That's surprising, as Chespol's got a good run. The undercut is very strong, as we see Magel. Overtakes are tough, and it'd be even tougher for Benedict, who's out of DRS range from Katamise, who's got himself a little bit of breathing space. Gunnar's in as well. We've got a yellow flag. I hope there's not a Lennon again. It is Lennon. He's got dirty tyres. He's got a puncture. Lennon's got a puncture. And we'd wondered if we'd see one. And Lennon's the first one to get one. This is why you need to pit. We're on lap 10. They're definitely got to start pitting. Katamise goes wide. These front lefts are going to be wearing like crazy. Chespol gets past Sygate, or the side by side. Sygate goes back through. Has to slot behind Sygate as Benja's actually gone through up to P5. And Lennon's going to be dropping down the order. You can see Sygate struggling. Yeah, Lennon's got the puncture. Will we see anyone else get a puncture? Katamise is in. Benedict's absolutely nuts. Wesker's in. Terry's is in. Benja's carried on. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another puncture. The undercut's powerful, like Callum says. Sygate's in. He shouldn't get caught behind his teammate. There's plenty of gap between them. Josh has decided to go in as well. This is Rels and Kisa have carried on. So is Chespol. This is brave, considering we've just seen a puncture from Lennon. He's still trying to get round. He's struggling to keep it on the track. The Aston Martin driver is... Will we see another puncture from this front 5? Harry Hale is in as well. This is good tyre management if these guys have not got one. Lennon's finally in. Yeah, true. Bennett probably looked after his tyres in the clean air. But even so, good going by these guys. And Benedict's finally in. He's tested his nerve. Benja and Chespol both in. Rels is back in the car and into the pits. Keys is in the pits as well. Danny Dine, surely you've got a pit as well. And it does. My nerves are a shot. Katamise has then got the net lead of the race. It'll be interesting to see where Benedict comes out in relation. Katamise has got clean air, so he should have been able to put his foot to the floor. Benedict's just coming out, but I think Katamise and should go through. Wesker should go through. Terry's may even go through as well. Or just behind Benedict. And Benedict's just come behind Wesker, so not that much of an undercut really. But I tell you who has got an undercut. Charlie, P5. Although he's got the penalty, Charlie bit his own finger. But he could have potentially P5. Project Ty running P6, but he's going to have to do 2 stop going on the mediums again. So Benja and net P5 for him then. Chespol's come out ahead of Sygate, but these two should provide some good action on track. As we see Rouse and Josh. Josh trying to do a switchback, go around Luffield. Little slight oversteer from Josh, loss of traction. And we'll have to slot behind Rels. You're a brave man going through cops side by side. Taipei, of course, has that penalty. And we'll hope Chessball ahead will get one. Chessball with that brilliant qualifying. Currently running P8. And pull P1 in the Challenger, as we see Giza trying to make a move on Josh. He's on the inside of Bale, and brilliant move from Giza. Didn't fully make the overtake going through Stowe, but it's made it stick, and McLaren driving out to P12. And we'll next try and dispatch Rels in the second car of the Aston Martin. Now what we potentially may see, we saw a puncture from Lennon. It's very unfortunate. Will we see anybody's tyres wear thin near the end of the race? I think everyone pit a little bit later than most in the Div 1 race, so should get to the end. Oh, Rels is out again. Rels, you're killing me. Let's get you back in. Don't want you missing out. Stop living in a field. Fastest that goes to Lennon. Damage limitation from the Aston Martin. We've absolutely gutted. 3 second there for Josh. As Wesker taking a quick look at Katamise. The awareness of Benedict behind. Benedict taking a look on the inside. Oh, that was opportunity from Benedict. I don't think that move was on from Benedict. A late lunge. Maybe he missed his braking point. And he was fortunate not to take him and Wesker out of the race. Chessbowl taking that fastest lap now with a 30.2. Shows the speed in the Sauber car. Terry's his biggest fan watching would have been hoping they wiped each other out. Currently just outside of the podium. And what Terry doesn't need is a track limits. We've got Charlie who's joined this train now with Project Ty. Of course, Project Ty's got to pit, hasn't he? So, as Giza at Brooklands, another overtake for the McLaren. Up to P10 now. And has got a good 6.5 seconds on Cygate. As we see Danny Dine and John exchanging positions, P16. Lennon pumping in those laps too. Harry Hale running P18 at the moment. As we see Josh go through on Kessler, who's just struggling through Magnussen and Beckett's. I think he struggled through practice. He's getting pushed along by Rels. Calm down, Rels. It's only a commercial. But both will have a bit of DRS. Just keep Kessler just ahead. Tyres slightly wearing now on the mediums in the dirty air. As I said, we'll have to pit. The two-stop isn't the way to go. It's a safe route. As Rels finally made the overtake through the final corner up to P12. He's getting a little bit impatient behind Kessler, whose tyres will also be wearing a little bit thin. Wesker still stuck behind Katamise, but Benedict, I think, is getting slightly impatient. Katamise's pace. Just takes a look at Wesker at Cops. The best course of action here is, do you go put your line through? Oh, and Project Ty is out. What the fuck happened there? And I'll tell you what has happened. There's a safety car out, which is exactly what Lennon would have wanted. Brings him back in play. What the hell happened to Ty? There's carbon fibre everywhere. Going around Cops. Lennon's absolutely chuffed. Now what will we see here? We've got 11 laps to go. Will we see anyone go in to go on the mediums? Oh, Terry's and Charlie doing a late lunch. Charlie's going on to get rid of that penalty. They're inside each other. Italian hand gesture for Saigate. Oh no! Stop getting penalties. And if Terry serves this now, I don't know if that was his fault or Charlie's. But if he serves it, he won't be able to rescind it. So no, he carries on. So he might be able to rescind that depending on what happened going in. So Benedict hasn't gone in. John's spending the pit lane. Italian hand gesture. Geezer up to P4. Josh P5. Rels P6. Terry's coming out on the fresh mediums ahead of Benja. So it'd be interesting to see what these mediums do. We did see them struggling getting on 10 laps. There will be a couple of laps under the safety car. This will help the hards go to the end. I don't know if this was the right choice or not. It's an interesting call. Danny Dine up to P9. I'm a poet and I don't know it. John and Lennon both going to the pits, then get some fresh tyres too. So, safety car. I wonder what happened to Project I. See if he's... Nothing in the chat so far. I just saw carbon fibre flying everywhere. And he was following a car, so I think he just lost traction. He wasn't battling with anybody, so I think he lost traction and ended up colliding with the wall. And the Alpine driver is out. We've got 2 DNFing out of the 20. So the safety car goes around again. Quite broken up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another lap after this one as well, as Lannon will rejoin the order. And will be licking his lips at trying to make an overtake on some of the Challenger drivers. But this does mix up the order. Katamise will lead us on the safety car restart. As Rel's in the pits now on some fresh tyres too. Yeah, no worries, mate. I reckon it'll go round again anyway. So those that don't think that they're going to get the penalties removed, I reckon they'll just... The best pitting. So Saigate, your best pitting, my mate. Get rid of that 10 seconds. Same for you, John. Terry's may get it. May have an argument. It depends what happened going into the pits. Although I think Saigate's missed his window to go in the pits now. I've got a dead foot. It's been covered by the dog's chin. As John is in the pits now, and he is getting rid of that 10-second penalty. And we'll come out behind Lennon, which again, Lennon will be happy. So if it was coming in, it'll let us know now. We're going round again. Now I've got 2 out of my 3 on the podium. My predictions, but not in the order that I suspected. And it's still all to play for. I suspect that who's gone in the pits? Charlie's gone in the pits, I suspect, to get some medium tyres on. Does not want the hards. Although he's putting some fresh hards on. Oh, Danny Dine's got a penalty. Smashing with Benja. And Charlie getting rid of his 10-second as well then. Well, the safety car is going to be in this lap. There should be ample time for the rest of the drivers to catch up. And we do know there's quite a long final sector where Katamis will hold us up, I'm sure. Mercedes safety car. I prefer the Aston Martin one. Rocky says it was a bit naughty from Charlie. Are you on about going in the pit lane with Terry's? Without going back on the POVs, don't exactly know what happened there. The fact they were inside of each other, where they were, it looked like it looked like Terry's was ahead. We'd have to look at a POV if it's. I'm assuming Terry's is going to try and get his penalty rescinded, which by the looks of the initial looks of it, it shouldn't be a problem. Safety car should be in then. There we go, on cue. As Charlie gets to join. John's a little bit off, but he pushed that hard. He gave himself a penalty. So Katamis leads us under the restart. You've got to maintain a speed. You can't go faster and slower, and Constantino the order. Okay, right, okay. Maybe just couldn't brake in time, but yeah, it's naughty. Got to wait for the safety car to go in the pits. You can't overtake until the timer line. Katamis just holding. It's not a long straight, so you can just go whenever. You want to try and catch out. What's going on in the order here? It's all going crazy. I'll just keep an eye on Katamis. Katamis gone. Oh, he's caught himself out by a little loss of traction. Danny Dines in the pits to get rid of his penalty. Katamis was fortunate. He managed to keep his back wheels on the grid. Danny Dines retired then. So I think with that penalty as well, he's called it a day. But I thank him for joining reserving for us. Another one. Wesker all over the back of Katamis. Katamis just slightly all out of sync. I bet Katamis washes in the sync. As Chespo and Sygate exchange positions. Chespo are now up to P8. Sygate trying to do a switch back through Luffield. We've seen it once or twice already this race. They're just struggling. The Haas boys struggling with their rear ends. As we see Terry's ahead of Josh now. Josh is going slightly wide. With Benja sniffing with intent with the other Ferrari. Getting past Gunnar. Gunnar's off the track. Both Aston Martins go through. Fortunate to get wiped out by the Alpine. As we've got our train again. Josh in the Challenger. Leading the way ahead of Chespo and Sygate. Kessler there as well on those hards. Got his first podium in the Challenger last week. Second lap after the safety car. DRS is now enabled. Chespo taking a quick look at the Ferrari. Ferrari just held up by Josh. But as this train lasts, Charlie in the pit getting rid of his penalty onto some old medium. Oh, Charlie's on old mediums. He's going to get a puncture. He's going to have to go in again. They're not going to last till the end. Charlie, he's bit his own finger again. Keys are running well in P4 as we go down to Lennon on the outside of Luffield. Good line there from Magel, but has to slot in behind Lennon. Lennon out to P11, considering he's at the back of the order. Chespo ahead of Benja at Cops. What an overtake from the Sauber. Brave move, great awareness from both. I don't think I've seen an overtake at Cops either this race or the Div 1. What an overtake from Chespo. Love it. And it's no holds barred. His championship rival Josh just ahead of him now. And Josh on those old hards. Chespo should be flying. These tyres should last just to the end of the race. Lennon closing in on Cygate. And within that DRS range. This race is flipped on its head for Lennon now. Just don't get a puncture. As Rels on Magel at turn 3. You've got to be confident to make the move, to make the overtake there. And the Aston Martin Airs Gunnar trying to follow him through. As we see Keyser and Terry's at Brooklands. Keyser's keeping P4, which put Terry slightly offline, and Josh snapping like a turtle. As Chespo again at Cops makes a move on Josh, but goes wide, and Josh retakes the position. Twice in 2 laps, Chespo making a move at Cops and catching people out. Just caught himself out slightly. Went offline. We got another yellow flag. It's Charlie going up to Brooklands. It's not a puncture for Charlie. Is not, as we see in a battle here. And what's happened with Benedict? Has he been squeezed? He's been squeezed a few positions. And he's been squeezed down to P7, which promotes Terry's onto the grid. And Chespo back up ahead of Josh at Abbey. Oh no, Terry's! Was that loss of traction, or was he clipped by Keyser? But down to P10 for the Williams. Got Adam in chat just giving a bit of support to Benedict, and some wise words of trying to be a bit tentative in his racecraft, as Lennon out to P8 ahead of Benja. Lennon sidling his way through, and Charlie's struggling at the back here. I think Charlie has got, it looks like he's got a puncture on his left. Why did not pit? But Charlie's got a puncture and he has not pit. So that's somebody that needs some racecraft. And that's a track limits for Benedict as well. It's just not going to plan for him. Charlie with a puncture. He knew that was going to happen. As now Benja's gone off. Coming out of Chapel. He's lost a wing. And that's another safety car. Oh my Christ. Oh my Christ. We're on lap 22 or 26 and the safety car is back out again. I wouldn't be surprised if that's caused by this. This is not fun by Charlie. I do not know why he hasn't pit. And Benedict's out. Benedict's out. I think he's retired in the pit lane. I don't know why. Charlie sped. Oh my God, it's all going off here now. So we've got some pits from Rels, Benja and John. Benja's needed a new wing. I think someone like Charlie needs to retire as well because he's going to get overtaken. I don't know why he hasn't pit. Charlie, you best retire, mate, because you're just going to be getting everyone's way. Academies will lead us away again on those old hards. This will be good for Chespo running P4. Cygate P6. Lennon out to P7 and will gain on penalties. It looks like he's... I don't know. The fact that his car's going nuts like this, surely the game wouldn't keep him going. Surely the game would get him pit. Charlie, if you're in your car, pit, mate. So, safety car, will it be in? It's going to go round again then. So it's going to come in on lap 24, which means we're going to have a 2-lap sprint. Oh no, it's going to be carnage. It's going to be carnage. Charlie's finally pitting. No one decided to pit. This is putting Chessball in a really good position. Geezer in P3. Considering the start of the race. I think he'll be absolutely thrilled to be in this position. He just needs to hold off the attack of Chessball, who is on... I don't know. At least he's on some fresh tyres now. Oh, Harry. So 2-lap sprint. Now, who do we reckon is going to win this race? Katamise will lead us off again on the safety car restart. Katamise has got himself on the podium every race apart from Canada, but he's yet to get himself a race win. He got the sprint win, but not a race win. Can he get himself a well-deserved win? Can Wesker get himself back on the top step? Has 2 wins already in Canada and Spain. Would like a third one. Can Geezer get himself on the top step? Did so in Netherlands reverse and would like another one. The safety car is in. Katamise is staying a bit closer to the safety car this time. When will he go? He went just before the final corner last time. Almost caught himself out. As we see Charlie pitting again. Katamise slowing us down. Safety car is in. He can't overtake until the time in line. When will he go? Wesker's waiting for an intent. And again, he loses traction. That's not what Katamise needs if he's trying to get the jump. Which means a better launch here from Wesker. Charlie does retire. Harry loses a couple of positions. It's actually where at the front is Geezer stuck behind Wesker. We see Rels gaining a couple of positions at turn 3 as we see the Red Bull of Kessler lose traction ahead of Loop, but keeps a position of P9, benching out to P13 on those fresh softs. Makes a move on John. Magel good overtake on Kessler up to P9. He's just on the outside of Brooklands. We'll have the inside of Luffield, and good overtake there from Magel in the Ferrari. But we've got a train all the way down to Rels as John exchanging places with a Williams. Terry's all the way down to P14. How did Terry's get down to 14th? It's all gone mad to worse Terry's. Surely he doesn't have a puncture. Has he got damage? He's not got a puncture. As we see Rels collision. Dury Magnus and Beckett just put him under threat as Lennon gets past Seigate onto P6 outside of Stowe. Defending there from Seigate, rides the curb, but it's good line for Lennon. Seigate's not giving it up though. There's a lock up of the Mercedes ahead of him. Seigate goes to a switchback on the outside of Club. Loss of traction. Lennon's slightly ahead and keeps a position of P6. Good driving from both. We're on the final lap as John up to P10 ahead of Guna. What have we got a yellow flag for now? It's Guna. Oh my god, but Katamise is still ahead of Wesker. Geezer is still ahead of Chessbowl. Katamise is actually broken away 2 seconds on Wesker, who's defending hard from Geezer. Chessbowl on the inside of Brooklands on Keyser, up to P3. What a drive here from the Saubers. John up to P9. Keyser still waiting. We'll still get podium for the professional championship, but we'll want it on track. Nagel running P8 at the moment. Lennon absolutely flying, and we'll jump up on penalties up to P5. So all things considering, what a race that Lennon's had. As we go down the hanger straight for the final time, Lennon makes the move on track on on Josh, sorry. Lennon on Lennon. Lennon Lemmings will jump on Katames, goes round the final corner, takes his first race win of the season. Brilliant drive from Katames, P1. As Keyser makes an overtake on the final corner on Chespol. Wesker T2, but Keyser P3. Chespol will take P4. Got caught out by Keyser. Lennon P5. Magel up to P6 on penalties. And Magel takes P2 in the Challenger Championship. Josh P7. Oh, it's gone. The game's fucked me. I was going through. We'll go through the order, but big congratulations to the Haas of Katames. His first race win of the season, and extends his lead at the top of the championship. Gives us a little shuffle. Fastest lap goes to Lennon. The game didn't even give a drive of the day. Didn't think the game anyone deserved one. The game's mugged us off. Katames taking the race win. Wesker takes P2 and Keyser P3. Great overtake on that final corner. Chespol P4, but takes the race win for the Challenger Championship. Lennon P5 and the fastest lap with a 29.7. Magel P6 from P18. Woo, one of my recommended driver of the day. Definitely P7 for Josh. Dropped down on penalties. Definitely P8, P9 for John, who's just speaking now, saying that help of the safety car gained him a few positions. P10 for Benja, P11 for Kessler, Sygate P12, dropped down on penalties. Guna 13th, Terry's 14th, so what could have been for Terry's. Harry Hale 15th, and then we lost Charlie, Benedict, Danny Dine, and Project and Benji all to DNFing. Now, thanks John for watching, thanks for driving, mate. It's always a pleasure. I'm glad that you got yourself into the top 10. But as always, plenty of action on track. And we go again at Silverstone next week, but we're doing Silverstone reverse, back-to-back British Grand Prix. And for race 8, we are going backwards. Will anybody be driving backwards? We had some great action last week at this track. Will it be repeated? We shall see. This is Lights Out League Racing. My name is Alex. Thank you for joining. See you next week. Peace out.